Hello, my name is Vidhi Jivani. Today I will present our project, the To-Do List and Task Manager app, a full-stack application developed using the MERN stack like MongoDB, Express.js, React and Node.js. This project was built to help users efficiently manage daily tasks with features like task categorization, due dates and reminder notifications. Users can create, update and delete tasks, mark tasks as completed and receive on-time reminder alerts. Our team follow an Agile Scrum framework and the team consisted of 3 members as Scrum Master and 2 developers. We manage work through Jira and Trello, dividing features across 3 sprints with planning, daily stand-ups, sprint reviews and retrospectives. On the development sides, we practice extreme programming techniques like pair programming, refactoring between sprints, writing user stories, and using test-driven development to ensure quality and maintainability. We use GitHub for version control, implementing and branching strategy with features branches and pull requests. The project includes pipeline using GitHub Actions, enabling automatic build and deployment of the front-end on GitHub pages. For the backend, Docker was used to containerization and continuous testing, while Elasticsearch was integrated for real-time monitoring and logging. This project provided us with hand-on experience in Agile development, collaborative coding, and our project followed the Agile Scrum framework, structured into 3 one-week sprints. Each sprint includes daily stand-ups and retrospectives, improving our collaboration and aligning our team on sprint goals. 1. Extreme programming. We adopted extreme programming principles throughout development. Starting with user stories, we capture requirements from an user's perspective. We design wireframes early to visualize the interface and user experience. Refactoring was continuous. Front-end components become modular, backend routers are simplified, and naming conventions improved. We practiced test-driven development by writing tests before coding. Postman and Jest were used for backend testing, and React testing library supported front-end testing. Next, pair programming. Pair programming was also central to our approach. Using VS Code Live Share, team members work together remotely and coding as the driver, the other reviewing as the navigator. This helps us deliver quality features like reminder pop-ups and API services efficiency while learning from one another.
Hello everyone, this is Shubham. Today I am showing front-end and back-end development for our to-do list and task manager application and explain how we use MongoDB as our database and Postman for testing APIs. So we built the MongoDB app as well as the React app in the VS Code. So we create a firstly package.json with the npm init. After that we creating an index.js file. After that we connecting the server of a local MongoDB database using Mongoose here. And then we create a task schema for title, category completed, due date, reminder and all. So let's start our server first. It's the server running on the port number 5000. Then we creating now the React app is open now. Then now we creating a new IDs here. For example, my ID is 12 and we put it as assignment 4. So it's not completed, then we marked as false. If completed, then 2025 due date is 20. Then just simply putting the reminder on the 2025 at the time is 4. So simply we hit the API, we get these tasks here. Just simply we saw here task 12. We just simply copy this ID to paste it here for the updating this task. For example, we updating find task and it's completed, for example. So we just simply put it here, we check this, it's reflected. So for example, if I want to delete this ID as well, so we just simply deleted this ID here, it's deleted. Now we can show like it's reflecting or not. It's not reflecting because task is deleted right now. Now I am showing the front end parts. It's a reminder section. They show like a reminder is coming from the backend side. After that, we create a Node.js and React.js app from here in the app.js section. So basically we worked as a list that displays all tasks fetched from the backend, buttons for editing, deleting and marking tasks as completed, and also I added reminder pop-ups, always alerts triggered when a task reminder when time is reached once. So we used Express to get basically the front end to the back end here. We use the Express, and we also having the package.json file to download these dependencies as well. So we can go, we just simply here assignment, assign QR code. Okay, just simply created, we created code. After that we just putting the dates, then we can select as a reminder dates, then add tasks. So here we can check it's reflected in the backend or not. Yes, it's reflected, assign QR code and all. For example, if I want to delete this, just simply click on delete. So we check it's deleted. Yes, now the count is 6 only. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahul. In this session, I will discuss the Agile management. Our project follows the Scrum framework complemented by the Scrum Programming XP practice like the TDD, test-driven development, refactoring and pair programming. The development is divided into 3 one-week sprints following us continuously iterate, adapt and improve. I acted as a Scrum Master leading planning session, stands up, sprints, reviews and retrospective. This structure allows us to team to stay aligned and deliver working software at the end of the sprint cycle. Product backlog. Our product backlog is a dynamic and prioritized based on the feedback and feature importance. It included user story to the CRUD operation, reminder system, UI responsiveness and Docker integration and DevOps monitorings. The backlog is managed in Jira, which each item refined using the acceptance criteria to story point, helping as estimate effort to tracking progress report effectively. You can show the screen as well as we put a screenshot on our report. Further, I will discuss the roadmap. We define as a clear roadmap across the 3 sprints. First, core functionality, reminder pop-up and improve UI. And DevOps integration using Docker and LEK step. Sprint planning and review. During the sprint planning and meeting, we selected story based on the readiness, broke them into the similar tasks and distributed them among the team members. Our planning ensured that each sprint had clearly defined the deliveries. Before any story accepted into the sprint, it had meet our definition to ready include this. We a well-defined user to story with a clear description, a poor time estimate story points and clear outline exception criteria. At the end of the sprint, a features or our user story was only marked complete if it met our definition done, which include the code implementation, the complete and review, unit and integration test pass, deploy to staging environments, and
Sprint and Scrum implementation script. Our team adopted the Scrum framework to manage the development of the to-do app and task manager. Scrum allows us to break the project into smaller manageable units called sprints, each lasting on a week. The team consisted of 3 members. Scrum Masters, responsible for facilitating the Scrum process, organizing meeting and removing blockers. Developer 1. Focus on client-side development including React UI and reminder functionality. Developer 2. Handle server-side development using Express and MongoDB including CRUD APIs and backend logic. We used Jira and Trello to manage our Scrum board and product backlog. Tasks were created as user stories and prioritized based on business value and effort estimation. Sprint. Sprint 1. Set up project structure, initialized Git repo, and implemented basic task creation and deletion on both client-side server. Sprint 2. Added features like due date, category, and filtering, completion toggle, and styling improvements. Sprint 3. Integrated the reminder feature, pop-up alerts, and implemented bug fixes and final UI polish.
Hi again, this is Shubham. So we implement DevOps integration using Git usage and CI/CD for these tools. So firstly, we go for the strategy of branching. So there are various branches we use for the main branch and all. So let's see that like backend and development and front-end part. So basically a main branch for stable releases and separate front-end and backend branches for client and server development. So we have also the pull requests here to ensure like peer review and avoided direct pushes to the main branch. After that, the second part is continuous integration. So continuous integration, we use the GitHub Actions triggered on push, and then the system deploys through workflow procedures while both unit testing and limiting place simultaneously. So this is I'm showing the basically build and all. So our build is run, and then we can see even it's here. It's only just a 34 seconds to show. After that, we creating a continuous testing using Docker as well, because here we saw Docker files we created for continuous, because this testing like combines Postman with Jest for automation, and then the Docker engine operated test containers as part of its functionality. As well as we continuous monitoring, we use a ELK, it's a Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, because basically like backend logs were sent to Logstash and stored in a Elasticsearch, and Kibana dashboards allows us to monitor app health, for example app health and errors visually. For example, here we can see like creating cases for monitoring low to high as well, and then dependency matrices they show, and then this ensured like proactive tracking of issues post deployment. After that, last is the GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions, we can see it's a Git workflow for backend, because they also check like Jenkins was configured with GitHub webhooks for job automation or not, and pipelines defined by like build. For example, our pull request it's filled here and merging is not blocked, and pull request approved. We also using EC2 instance using Jenkins pipeline as well. I am showing pull request here. Also I'm showing wiki we created for that event. Just simply walk through for the we can see here this is our pulse. We can check it here, and then we can also creating the issues here. Thank you.
Further, I will explain the conclusion. To putting pen down, this project has been a hands-on journey into Agile and DevOps practice, leading to the development of the robust full-stack application across the 3 sprints. We implemented the essential features like the test creation, reminder, and monitoring, while embracing the pair programming, CI, continuous integration, and continuous deployment pipeline and containerization. We facing challenges from the merge conflict to the configuration ELK stack, but tackle them using Agile retrospective and the sprint planning strategies. Through this, we grew not only the technical proficiency but also in the term of collaboration. Moving forward, us to focus on the enhance the user interface performance, implementation, user authentication, and extension, continuous integration, and continuous deployment pipeline to support more robust deployment follow-ups. This project has truly been a reflection, iterative improvement, collaborative efforts, and engineering discipline. And we have used these references, and here are our appendix. you can show. Thank you.